Not only will the great Manny Pacquiao continue with his career, the legendary, the iconic, the 8 division champion, the only 8 division champion in boxing history. The man is going to continue his career. And not only is he going to fight on, but the man is fighting soon. And when I say soon, I mean the man is fighting in the next 3 months, reportedly. Now, we're asking this question, who is he going to fight? Rolly, Gervonta, or Barrios rematch? But let me tell you this, it doesn't matter who he fights next. One thing is for certain, what matters is this. Manny Pacquiao shocked the world versus Mario Barrios by not just being competitive with the young, hungry world champion, the WBC champion. Not only was he competitive with him, but he beat him, in my opinion. He beat him clearly and easily. He shocked the world that night, a couple of weeks ago. And you know what? No matter who he fights next, he's going to shock the world again. If you actually think about it, let's say he fights Rolly Romero, which is the likeliest option for his next fight. I mean, people are saying that he's either going to fight Gervonta or he's going to fight Rolly. But let me tell you why I don't think he's going to fight Tank. Because Manny wants to become a champion. Manny wants to lift that world title up in the air for his Filipino people to make them proud. Manny isn't just about the money. If he was only about the money, he would have only taken the Tank fight in his comeback fight. But to prove even more that Manny doesn't care about the money, Manny gave away most of his money to the starving people in the Philippines and the people in need in the Philippines. And that is what makes him levels above and levels greater than someone like Floyd Money Mayweather. You know, that man worships money, this man worships God, and this man just wants to do what's righteous. But getting back to the topic, I had to put that out there. Let's go back to the topic, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that Manny will fight Tank because it's not just about the money. Manny wants to become a world champion, so he's either going to fight Barrios or Rolly. And let me tell you this. Stylistically, he already proved that he's better than Mario Barrios at nearly 47 years old. But you know who's Mario Barrios better than? He's better than Romero. And that is a fact. I've been watching both men fight for a long, long time, especially Mario Barrios. And I did not think that Manny Pacquiao was going to even be competitive with Mario Barrios for after 3 or 4 rounds. I didn't think that the man was going to be competitive. But he was. And not only was he competitive, but he beat him. But let me tell you why Mario Barrios is better than Rolly. Well, of course he's taller, longer arms, sharper, has better chin, everything you can think of. But most importantly, he has a way better jab. I watched Rolly fight live in his last fight versus Ryan Garcia. I was there. And the only punch that impressed me with Rolly was that stab to the body, that jab to the body. But he's not gonna jab. And actually, that was why he dropped Ryan. And that was why he disciplined Ryan the entire fight. Not just because of the counter left hook, but it was because of the jab to the body. But let me tell you why this won't work versus Manny Pacquiao, because Manny is shorter than Rolly. And Rolly doesn't go to the body the same way versus Pitbull Cruz. He didn't throw his best punch, which is the jab to the body, because Pitbull Cruz was short. And you know who's also short? Manny Pacquiao. So Rolly will not, his greatest weapon will be stifled right away before the first bell rings versus Manny Pacquiao. But Mario Barrios' best punch, which is his power jab, worked all night long versus Manny, and Manny was still able to come out on top. And listen, those power shots that Manny landed on Barrios, Barrios took them because Barrios' chin is made of steel. But Rolly doesn't have the best chin, let me tell you. Even though I love Rolly Romero, the charismatic enigma, as I like to call him. But Manny's just better everywhere. And even Manny, at 47 years old, is better than Rolly Romero at 30 years old. Just like Manny Pacquiao proved that at 46 years old, he is better than a 30-year-old Mario Barrios, who is a legitimate WBC world champion. Rolly was a regular champion who just got elevated now because, let's be honest, Jerome Boots Ennis moved up. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Manny Pacquiao, in his next fight, I truly believe in my heart of hearts that not only will he beat Rolly Romero, but most importantly, he's gonna become the oldest welterweight champion in history, breaking his own record. And that is why Manny Pacquiao is simply one of the greatest fighters of all time.